musicians Beverly Elliott and Chris Nowlin. Please stand and join in singing our opening song, When I Pray.
Thank you, Barb. Good morning, everyone. Okay. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray.
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Chris. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Reverend Rhona Segarra, and it is my pleasure and privilege to be the minister at this community of love and fun and support and caring. If you are here for the very first time, I extend a very warm welcome to you. And if you are joining us for the very second time, for more than the first time, welcome back. How do I say that? I hope you enjoy your experience with us today, and thank you all for being here and braving the cold. We have a slight complication thanks to the cold today, and that is that it appears that our pipes are frozen, which means no coffee and also no bathrooms. Well, I think there may be one flush, no flushes left. So the downstairs is not flushing either anymore. So I don't even want to really talk about it because I know what's going to happen is you're going to start thinking about it. However, I just want to make sure everyone is aware. So thanks for being here and braving our cold, and let's use it as a reminder of how fortunate we are to be here in Vancouver and not experience this all the time like so many other people experience winter. I forgot to say, if you are joining us online, either live or sometime in the future, don't worry about the bathroom. And on behalf of all of us, a very warm welcome to you all. We're all going to turn around and wave to the camera. Maybe. Oh, there you go. The camera finally moved, yes. The Unity movement, and here at Unity of New Westminster, we offer ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, and we draw on teachings from faith traditions all over the planet. We draw on wisdom from books and from song and from movies and from poetry and from life experiences. We honor every person's right to choose their own life path. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. And our goal is to offer ideas that you might consider so that your life is more calm, more connected, and more contented. Shall we begin our service in a time of centering prayer? We acknowledge with gratitude that we are on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Cookite First Nation. And we give thanks for First Nation peoples everywhere, for their love of this beautiful land. We are so grateful that we are able to join together today, in person and through the wonders of technology, that we can consider new ideas, that we can laugh together, that we can sing together, that we can be reminded that we are all connected, that we are connected in the one power. Some people call that power God. Others call that power Allah or Yahweh or Creator or the Force or Mother Nature or life. By whatever understanding we may have for the creative energy that fills us and in which we live and move and have our being, we embrace the idea that it is one, that there is no spot that God is not. And it is from that awareness of oneness that we extend a blessing for love, for peace, for contentment, for healing and wisdom to every being on this planet, that they may know that we know that we are one. And as part of that creative power, when we extend a blessing, we make a difference. And for this intention, for the power that we have to bless, we give thanks and say Amen. I'm going to invite Barb to come up and read today's daily word.
Serve, Sunday, January 14th, 2024. I bring God's love into the world through service. I don't need special skills to be of service. I have willing hands and an open heart, channels of God's love to be directed wherever they are needed most. This impulse to serve is my compassion, nature seeking expression. I respond to the needs around me by doing what I can to help. I do not think of reward or recognition. Just being of service fills my heart. Serving is a wonderful way to feel close to God. My loving heart is open, my hands are busy, and my life feels purposeful when I am doing what I can to brighten one person's life or to make the world a better place. I feel God's presence strongly as I serve and share the love and care of the divine. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. Matthew 25, verse 35.
Thank you. We're gonna get it ready.
Change is coming. You can't outrun it. 'Cause there's a time when every field lays fallow. And there's a time when harvest comes from shadows. They're only shadows, only shadows. Everything I want, but I've got all I need. Heart, don't be scared now. Heart, don't be afraid. I know that you're weary, I feel you're aching. Heaven, send your help and gather round me. Come quick, gather round me. Come quick, gather round me. All I need, all I need, all I need, all I need. I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need. Heaven, send your help and gather round me. Come quick and gather round me till I believe, till I believe, till I believe. Help me with my all I need,
Thank you again. Aren't we lucky to have such amazing musicians right here in our midst? So as we prepare ourselves to hear today's message, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes with me, if that feels comfortable for you, as we move into a time of peaceful pause. If it feels more comfortable for your eyes to remain open, that's okay too. Allow them to rest gently on a focal point in front of you. And become aware of your breath. Notice that life-giving air coming into your body and the life-giving air leaving your body. Notice the coolness of the air as it enters, the warmth as it leaves. And become aware of the rhythm of your breath. How it comes and goes, ebbs and flows. A reminder that life is like that. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's warm. Sometimes things feel uplifting, sometimes they feel sad. You are part of that ebb and flow of life. And your breath is a wonderful reminder that life includes the in and the out, the up and the down. And as you breathe, notice how your mind continues to think. And allow your body, your mind, yourself to sink beneath the thoughts. They'll be there later. And instead, allow your focus to drop to your heart, to your chest, and imagine breathing from there. Imagine an image of something you care about. Something that brings you joy. Perhaps it is holding a pet. Perhaps it is watching a beautiful sunrise or sunset. Perhaps it's the feeling of holding a newborn baby. The feeling of a warm hug. The joy of singing. Feel that love. Feel that appreciation. Take a few moments to think of that image and allow it to expand within you. And imagine placing that image in a little basket within you, a little holding place of some kind within you. And place it there now. Now imagine another experience that brings you joy. And add that to your basket. And place that basket somewhere where you can reach it when you are feeling troubled. Allow it to be the place that you go to when your spirit needs to feel restored. When your body needs to feel restored. When your mind longs for a peaceful rest. And know that this basket, this holding place, is with you always. And in the silence, I invite you to fill it with more ideas of experiences that make you smile. It will be all you need.
Heaven send your help gather round me. Come quick and gather round me till I believe, till I believe, till I believe. Help me with my unbelief. All I need, all I need, all I need, all I need. I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need. No, I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need.
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Chris. Give all you need. It's the thought that counts. During COVID, Walt's trying to distract me with something, and I'm not quite sure what it is. During COVID, we got in the habit, my husband and I, of what we came to call assuming the position, which sounds terrible, but not that position. We ended up, actually, we started to even eat dinner on the love seat watching TV. I swear, we didn't just finish series of Netflix, we finished, you know. And as happened in that time, we would watch 1 or 2 episodes of whatever it is we're watching, and it wasn't like we were watching one show at a time. So we would watch for 2 or 3 episodes of one show and then flip and watch 2 or 3 episodes of another show. And I see some people nodding, so we're not alone in this. But what would happen is I would get to bed after midnight. And then I would wake up needing to get to work, even though it was online, needing to get up and be on and ready to go, feeling dragged and tired and behind. And I thought, okay, this is silly. I'm going to be in bed by 11. So I made a decision, changed my mind, and went to bed at 11, got up feeling completely refreshed, like my day was ready to begin. I had time to go for a walk in the morning, the air on my face, the whole world transformed by me doing that. It was wonderful. And that wonderful new habit lasted for about 5 days. And I love that you are laughing with me, because what it tells me is my experience is something that we can all identify with. And last week, of course, 2 weeks ago now, was New Year's Eve. And we set these New Year's resolutions, and we resolve that we are going to change our behavior and do something different. And then by the end of a very short period of time, we've fallen back into our old habits. Even though we know that some of those new intentions, those new resolutions, would actually be really healthy for us in so many ways. Healthy for us physically, healthy for our relationships, healthy for our finances, whatever those resolutions might be. We know what we're supposed to do. And yet we have this human tendency not to do them. Well, if it is any comfort for you to know that research has shown that 80% of New Year's resolutions do not make it through to the end of the year. In fact, 80% don't make it through 3 months. And in 2021, USA Today reported that 67%, two-thirds of gym memberships go unused. Does this surprise any one of us? Not at all. What's really cool about this is it is a human phenomenon. For example, in the book of Romans is this really neat passage which I'll read part of it to you. It's my favorite passage about riddles in the Bible. It reads like this, starting at Romans 7, verse 15. I do not understand what I do, for what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. It's a lot of do's in there. Dooby-dooby-doo. I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. And then it goes on to say, for I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep on doing. What does all of that mean? It means exactly what we're experiencing now. When we're trying to change a habit, we know what we want to do, and we don't do it. It is a human experience that we have this resistance to change. Even when we know that the change is something that will be healthy for us, that is something we actually want. And Jesus gives us a clue about why this happens. And he does so in fewer than 30 words. The story is found, or the excerpt is found in Matthew chapter 9. And it has become known as the parable of the new cloth, a new patch on an old coat. And this is what Jesus says. No one sews a piece of new cloth on an old cloak, for the patch pulls away from the cloak, and a worse tear is made. In some versions, they say, no one sews a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old cloak, for the patch pulls away, and a worse tear is made. And I've spent a fair amount of time working with these 27 words, because you could write a book just on this concept. It is a metaphor for change. And we see it playing out in our world and in our life all the time. Think of the cloak, the coats that we've all come in with today, as being the known, the thing that we wrap around ourselves that keeps us warm, keeps us comfortable, our habits. It's what we know, it's what we surround ourselves with. Sometimes what we surround ourselves with may have a part of us that is threadbare, that's kind of wanting something to be different. sometimes that may not be so. We may find that the coat is perfectly fine, but we want to add some interest to it. Either way, the patch is what we will put onto the coat to either change a behavior, to patch the coat, or to add some interest to it. And what's interesting about this wisdom is that the new patch on our coat, like physical coat, might look good for a while. But over time, with a little bit of wear and a little bit of washing, the patch will weather. And if it isn't pre-shrunk, if it's not matured already, then as it weathers, it will shrink, the seams will be stretched, and it's possible that it will tear away. And when it tears away, a greater hole is left. Even if there is no hole to begin with, our coat is lovely as it is, and we decide to add something new because we think this would be kind of a fun addition. If it's not applied well and it comes off, we're left with something that now has a few holes in it. It tears. And in real life, we see this played out, not just in physical wear, but metaphorically in things like, our lives are pretty full, and then we decide we're going to go to the gym every day. So we're adding a patch. Or we decide that we're relatively healthy, but we'd like to go on a diet, a patch. Or we decide that our finances need some work, so I'm going to stop spending, a patch. Or we say, I have a tendency to be impatient, or I have a tendency to be judgmental. I'm not going to be impatient anymore, which even sounds impatient. Or I'm not going to judge anymore, which even sounds judgmental. Patches. And aren't they great when they work? For the few days or hours or minutes that you're able to pull it off. And it feels wonderful. And then what happens? Something happens to what was my first example, the gym. A snowfall happens. You miss. Or you end up going too often, and now you can't fit it into your day anymore. And rather than just dial it back, what do? We don't go at all. And the reason I'm saying that is because this is personal experience. Or we resolved that we were going to lose weight. We were going to go on a diet. And then, of course, Christmas happens, and all the best shortbread cookies on the planet show up here at Unity of New Westminster. What are you going to do? You're going to start eating them. And then it's like, oh, well, I fell off the wagon there, so I might as well just give up. A worse tear is made. And there are two parts then to this lovely little 27-word sentence that we can look at to try and improve the relationship between the cloak and the patch. We need to look at both where we're coming from as well as what we are choosing to add. And in both cases, we are going to expect tension. Perhaps the biggest thing that we haven't figured out when we are making any change is that tension is built in. And so rather than be surprised when something goes wrong, let's plan for it. It's as if we are the tailors of our own life. And if you think of this parable in terms of a tailor, then a good tailor will stretch out the old garment, and they will make sure that the patch that goes on has been pre-shrunk. How do we stretch out our old garment? Well, the first thing is to notice when that tension is happening and be less surprised by it. Think of your existing cloak, your existing life. It's already established. Your days are already filled. Your habits have been formed for anywhere between 0 and 100 years. So notice that there will be tension. And be prepared then to step out of your comfort zone, because it's going to feel awkward. Stretch. And you may find that there is pushback not just from yourself, but from the people around you. You're going to find that you do something, it changes everything. And some people might not like it. For example, if you have always been very easygoing and now you decide, you know what, I'm going to put some limits around some things. Oh my God, does that feel awkward? And oh my goodness, are the people around you going to notice? Expect tension, stretch. If you're expecting a shift to happen, stretch the old. Stretch the existing. Watch all or nothing thinking. Oh, it didn't work. I'm going to revert back to the way it was. The devil I knew versus the devil I don't. Stretch. Stretch. There will be tension. What about the new thing that you're adding? Here again, expect tension. Notice this tendency that we might have to go all in. And this becomes now almost like it's our entire focus of life. Doesn't work. It's not sustainable. And so our aim when we're adding something new is to find a way to add something that is sustainable for us. An example for me was I wanted to go swimming. I love to swim. So one week I went for Monday, Wednesday, Friday for about 20 minutes because that's all I had time for. And I enjoyed it, and I thought, okay, so now I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'm going to do it for 30 minutes or 30 laps or whatever it might be. Well, as soon as you start doing something that is not matured, I didn't allow for other things in my day. I didn't allow for the fact that my day is already pretty full. Didn't make it for 2 or 3 days because things didn't work. Didn't go back at all. The Italian philosopher Voltaire is attributed with saying, "Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good." I can identify with that. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Don't wait until everything is perfect before you start. Also, don't insist on whatever your idea of perfection is before you're willing to do it. Go. Begin. But in baby steps. Don't dive in too frequently or for too much time. That way, as the patch shrinks, as things around shift and move to accommodate this patch, this new concept that you're trying to introduce, the connection will be more smooth if it's not too big. I think about that experience with swimming. And if I had been okay with just sticking with a little bit, slow and steady, that would have been healthier for me. It would have been more aligned with what I was trying to do. If I have been okay, for example, with less sugar rather than no sugar, then I would be less resistant to that horrible feeling of deprivation that comes from all or nothing thinking that says you can't have any. Because as soon, this is not for children only, where forbidden fruit becomes really, really tasty. So take that patch. The idea of no sugar is a patch. And find a way that's more palatable for you, that's more realistic, that's more sustainable. Pre-shrink the idea. And finally, handle with care. Your garment, your life, you are special and precious and beautiful just the way you are, sugar or not, swimming or not. A worse tear is made when we don't handle things, including ourselves, with care. I mean, think about it. It's not really that surprising that we set aside our resolutions, is it? By their very definition, the word resolution implies that there's something broken that we need to fix. Well, none of us wants to be in that mindset of, I'm broken and I need to be fixed. In fact, I have a real resistance even to the idea of spiritual work. What if it was just life? What if it was just interesting? What if it was just a different idea? To try something differently and see if it brings more happiness and joy and peace and all that stuff that we want in our lives. Why do we have to call it work? I digress. Resolutions. My friend, Reverend Mindy Tucker, wrote this. Resolutions, by their very definition, encourage a state of rigidity and fixedness, and are a huge judgment about what's not working in our lives. I loved that. It was like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be calling them resolutions. No wonder we fail. Because we think we have to win. But we don't. All we need to do, if we care to, is consider trying something different. Last week, for those of you who were here for White Stone Sunday, you will have written an intention for yourself on a stone. What if instead of the word resolution, you tried the word intention? It doesn't have quite that same rigidity. And when we don't have that same rigidity, we are free to fail. We're free to start again, to go back and go, that didn't work quite the way I wanted. Let's try something else. Because firm decisions tend to fall into all or nothing, then when we skip a day, or we eat the cookie, or we make that purchase that isn't in our budget, or we yell at the kids or the spouse or the grandparent or the parent or the grandchild, or we do things that we intended not to do, then we can be really, really, really hard on ourselves. And then part of that hard on ourselves is the little voice that says, you'll never do this anyway, you might as well give up. That's the danger of a resolution. We compare ourselves to our own image of perfection. We find ourselves lacking. It leads to despair. Compare and despair. When you find yourself comparing, notice where it might lead. So instead of compare and despair, my suggestion is handle with care. Move in the direction of a more interesting life. Move in the direction of changing the cycle of your patterned habits. Expect that there will be tension between the old known and the new intention. Slow and steady wins the race. And so, if you want shift to happen in the way that you want shift to happen, expect tension. Stretch beyond your comfort zone. Expect tension and pre-shrink that new idea into something that is manageable. And above all, handle with care. You deserve it, and so does the world. I bless you.
Thank you. That was beautiful and necessary.
Yeah, a lot of levels. Yeah. I'm kind of an all or nothing kind of guy.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
A Midwest morning, October snowfall. She packed her Chevrolet. She brushed her fears away. She's got a great big dream and a history of playing small. Everybody seems to think that she'll be back before Christmas Day. But she hit that highway with every ounce of faith that she could summon. When courage finally comes, you never see it coming, right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, that changes everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free to go. A summer's night and the soft smell of seashore, all the people dancing out on the beach. He's got a 10-year tan in his own little junk store. He says, some people got a lot to prove, and that's the way I used to be. Now I'm just an old hippie with a half a dozen PhDs. Some choices hold you down, some chances set you free, right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, let go of everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free to go. Dream, and the way will appear. Pray, and the angels will hear. Leap, and the net will appear right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, have faith in everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, believe in everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free. Free to go.
Oh, look at that. It's shut off completely.
Wisdom Wednesdays are back.
We go. Start up here first.
Please,
Mhm.
please join us in person and on Zoom tomorrow for Monday meditation from 10:30 to 11:15 a.m. We check in with each other. We enjoy a guided meditation, and we read the names of the people on our prayer list. If you would like your name added to the prayer list, or you want to add someone's name to the list, then please fill in a prayer request slip and place it in the offering basket, or send us an email or submit a prayer request on your website. Wisdom Wednesdays are back. Join us on Zoom on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. for Wisdom Wednesdays for a discussion about the previous Sunday's message. We explore and share ideas in a safe and confidential space. The Zoom link is on the website and the weekly email, and on the Zoom link is on the website and the weekly email and on the app. If you aren't able to join on a computer, you can also call in on a phone. A replay of the talk can be found on our website and on our app. But if you don't have time to watch the talk, feel free to join anyway. The discussions are enriching and enlightening. We are grateful for your gifts that support our ministry. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments. So if you are not placing anything into the contribution basket today, please bless it silently when it comes to you. Then pass the basket along as we sing our blessing song. Please bring to mind something you're grateful for. We are so blessed.
Yeah, thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, my love. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And we are so blessed. Thank you all for being here today. It is a joy to look out. I wish you could be here looking at you. It is something that warms my heart week after week. I don't care what that temperature is out there. My heart is warm seeing you all here. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Beverly and Chris, for your beautiful, beautiful music. Thank you to all of the team that makes this happen. Barb for your platform, and Valerie and Glenn, and all who help Chris. And thank you to our amazing president, and his husband, Cliff and Lyle, who are here every week doing so much for us. We expect that the water will not be on tomorrow. And so we're rethinking the idea of being in person for prayer. So perhaps we'll do the wiser thing and just say we're going to do prayer on Zoom. And I'll make sure that the website gets updated with that as a news announcement. All right. Let us all gather in a circle if we can and sing our peace song, and I Am the Light of God. And for those of you who are here for the first time or almost first time, I really hope you enjoyed your experience with us today. Have an awesome week, everyone. Oops, sorry, Lyle.
I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. Woo, have a great week, everyone. Yeah, good.
Patch thing. That's a good metaphor.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Oh man, it's yeah. Let me just turn this
That's
off.
why I don't make resolutions.